going to talk about Tom Hanks either, who is also a p***. Tom Hanks, folks, is a p***.
If I have to, let somebody go, I will use the, let's get this straight. Is this what's going on with social media, that Oprah and I cannot go on a billionaire's boat to Tahiti with a former president of the United States and not keep it secret, for God's sakes? Since when has this brand of common decency and professionalism been put on hold just because of dynamics in the workplace?
Tom Hanks is facing the heat like never before, but it's not the tabloids or the rumors that are doing the damage this time. It's his own son, Chet Hanks.
These extremely reliable websites like 4chan, 8chan have been exposing. And it's like, if somebody wrote it on the internet, you know it must be true, and it is true. So it's like, I don't know how this is going to affect our whole New World agenda.
According to Chet, Tom Hanks isn't the angel we've all thought he was linking his father to Oprah herself, revealing how she also might not be as innocent as her public image suggests.
There's this girl, Sarah Ruth Ashcraft, on Twitter, who has been accusing Tom Hanks of her when she was 13. Her dad sold her to Tom Hanks.
We all know Oprah has been at the center of her own controversy over the years, but Chet's claims are setting the stage for a Hollywood scandal of epic proportions. Is it true? Did Tom Hanks really have a hand in these heinous acts? Let's find out. So, the rumors we've all been whispering about might actually be real. Chet's saying that his legendary dad, Tom Hanks, is secretly pulling some major strings behind the scenes for the Hollywood elite. In his upcoming tell-all, which is bound to shake up Tinseltown, Chet's ready to spill all the tea on what it was like growing up in the massive shadow of his dad's fame.
There's a lot of advantages, but sometimes it can be pretty weird.
In a bombshell expose that's got everyone talking, Chet's opened up about what it was really like growing up under the massive shadow of his famous dad. And he's not holding back. Chet's calling out Tom directly, claiming that his dad was so caught up in chasing the glitz and glam of Hollywood's elite circles, he pretty much ignored his own family along the way.
Everyone knows the advantages, They're self-explanatory. I'm very blessed. I got to travel the world, stay in nice hotels, fly in private planes, and I'm very blessed for that. I wouldn't change my situation for everything.
Let's kick things off by looking at the big honor Tom Hanks received back in 2016. President Barack Obama awarded him the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the highest civilian honor you can get in the U.S.
Thomas J. Hanks.
The Presidential Medal of Freedom is given to exceptional individuals from various fields like sports, entertainment, and science. Along with Tom Hanks, President Obama also honored a range of notable figures, including Robert De Niro, Bruce Springsteen, Diana Ross, Michael Jordan, architect Frank Gehry, philanthropists Bill and Melinda Gates, and mathematician Margaret H. Hamilton. Obama didn't hold back when praising Hanks, calling him America's dad and saying, "Tom has always saved his best role for real life. He is a good man, which is the best title you can have." While Tom Hanks is undeniably a talented actor, that doesn't necessarily mean he's the perfect father. Chet's revelations offer a different perspective. Being a good person in real life is about more than just fame or talent. It's about actions. And based on Chet's personal experiences, it seems the reality might be more complex than the public image suggests.
To deserve any sort of recognition, and that created a lot of contempt.
Fans quickly started making connections and raising questions, suggesting that powerful figures in Hollywood might have used their influence to help Tom land that prestigious award. It's no secret that he's always been tight with some of the biggest names in Tinseltown. When you're pals with the industry's top players, it's hard to ignore the possibilities of what kinds of favors could be in play behind the scenes. One fan commented, "How did people at college know he was the son of Tom Hanks? Did he go around telling everyone? I went to NYU and it was a bunch of students with famous parents and no one really cared. Most of the celeb children don't say anything, especially the humble ones. They just want to make genuine connections and graduate." Another fan added, "You can see why famous people's children turn to drugs and alcohol. Such a humble guy." Tom's got an impressive list of acquaintances that many fans consider to be some of the biggest names in Hollywood. From co-stars like Meg Ryan and Julia Roberts to directors such as Steven Spielberg and Ron Howard, Tom has built a solid network of influential figures over the years. These connections aren't just professional, they often extend into his personal life, with Tom regularly spotted hanging out with these A-listers, further cementing his place in Hollywood's upper echelons.
I learned that everywhere I went, people in general just had this preconceived notion about me that I was just going to be an arrogant, spoiled, entitled brat.
It was an unforgettable Sunday night when a group of celebrity power couples gathered at the Hanks place around 7 p.m., ready to join in the celebration. And what was the occasion, you ask? It was none other than Tom and Rita's incredible 35th wedding anniversary. But don't picture a quiet, intimate candlelit dinner for two. This was something on a whole different level. Tom and Rita took their anniversary celebration to the next level.
Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson are celebrating their love. The longtime couple marked 35 years of marriage over the weekend and celebrated with a sweet tribute.
Tom and Rita took their anniversary celebration to the next level, turning it into a weekend-long extravaganza. They invited some of Hollywood's biggest and brightest stars for a laid-back dinner at their luxurious home. When Hollywood royalty gathers, you can bet it's going to be a night to remember.
Get this all-star cast, guys.
It's Jimmy Kimmel, Conan O'Brien, Martin Short, Kurt Russell, and...
The Hanks' stunning mansion, tucked away in a quiet cul-de-sac, was the perfect setting for this exclusive bash. It quickly became the go-to destination for the who's who of Hollywood. Paparazzi were in full frenzy, desperate to snap shots of these legends as they made their arrivals. Barack and Michelle Obama, Steven Spielberg and Kate Capshaw, Bruce Springsteen and Patty Scialfa. Just a few of the stars mingling, laughing, and enjoying each other's company under one roof. It was nothing less than an iconic moment in Hollywood history.
The schmancy LA neighborhood with special guest President Obama's motorcade and Oprah Winfrey's badly lit face in a passing car.
And the peculiar twist? The festivities carried on well past midnight. Yes, indeed, this glitzy soiree, graced by stars, exhibited no inclination to come to a close. Meanwhile, fans have been quite vocal about their opinions on Tom Hanks' rumored associations with the mysterious world of Hollywood elites. One peculiar fan commented, "Pretty sad how he shares those thoughts and y'all tear him down at the end for simply having a different opinion than the mainstream Chet didn't stop there." In another astonishing disclosure, he claimed that Tom had a hand in the ongoing devastating Maui fires. He's certainly dishing out the details on how fame and wealth have transformed individuals, including his own father. Chet suggests that Tom has preserved his fame and fortune by aligning with influential figures who hold sway not only in Hollywood, but also beyond its borders. Now, there's talk in Hawaii that this alleged foul play might extend to the Maui fires, as there are suspicions that the elite may have their sights set on the land there.
Is to hear me out. You don't see what's going on. I feel something is bigger. I've been on Maui the last 9 years.
In what appears to lend credence to this assertion, Oprah herself stated that she and other influential figures are planning to oversee the reconstruction of the area.
At some point, I will make a major donation after all of the smoke and ashes have settled here and we figure out what the rebuilding is going to look like. This is going to be a long and difficult process.
It seems like this stirred up some reactions, with another Maui resident stepping forward to send a bold message to the greedy elites eyeing the land. It's not for sale. The whole situation took off when a video featuring Chet started circulating on social media. In the video, he claimed that fame has the power to change people, which led some to speculate that he might be talking about his own dad, Tom. Some even started drawing connections between Tom and the Maui fires, adding fuel to the fire of speculation.
A lot of disdain, a lot of animosity, a lot of negativity.
Recently, Tom Hanks has been spotted wearing a strange ring, and here's where things get really wild. Oprah Winfrey has been seen sporting an almost identical one. Now, some people are suggesting that these rings aren't just a fashion choice. They might actually be symbols or tools for something much deeper. In the darker corners of online chatter, there's talk that these rings could be part of a secret network, hinting that these high-profile figures might be involved in some shady activities. Could these rings be some kind of access pass or secret signal within an elite circle? Even more shocking, some are speculating that wearing these rings could have given them the cover they needed to carry out alleged crimes without raising suspicion. While there's no hard evidence to back up these wild rumors, the timing of both Tom Hanks and Oprah sporting the same peculiar ring is definitely raising some eyebrows. Is this part of a secret operation or just a strange coincidence? The mystery deepens with each new sighting, and the internet is going wild with speculation. Whether it's true or just a wild theory, it's definitely made people question the intentions of these two major figures in Hollywood, leaving both fans and skeptics buzzing. Meanwhile, Chet himself has been stirring up his own kind of buzz. Back in his teenage years, he didn't exactly make things easy for his family. At 17, authorities decided he needed to go to a rehab facility, but Chet managed to turn things around, even starting a YouTube channel where he opened up about the reality of growing up in the Hanks household. He admitted that despite having parents who he genuinely loved and who cared for him, the experience was far from easy, calling it a double-edged sword that came with its own set of challenges.
Everybody was just prepared to hate my guts. And that caused me to develop a chip on my shoulder and walk around with a lot of anger. All in all, it just led me down a path of self-destruction.
Chet went on to say, "There are a lot of perks, but sometimes it can be quite strange. I got to do a lot of cool things that many people don't get the chance to do. Travel the world, stay in nice hotels, fly on private planes, and I feel blessed by that. I wouldn't change my situation." While Chet recognized the perks of fame, he didn't shy away from acknowledging its downsides. He expressed regret about the time his parents sent him to a particularly tough rehab program where he felt like he was enduring a lot of hardship without really being understood or supported. As he wrapped up his reflections, Chet promised to keep sharing the raw, unfiltered truth about his life in Hollywood, hinting that more revelations might be on the way.
Through my 20s, now I'm 31 years old, and I'm just now getting to the point where, I'm starting to truly feel that I don't really have anything to prove anymore.
But why is Chet opening up about all this now? His candid confession, hidden within his self-mastery program video series on YouTube, reveals the tough battles he fought as a young kid, dealing with relentless bullying at school without the steady support of a strong, nurturing father figure. Instead of being there for his own son, Tom supposedly seemed more focused on chasing stardom and rubbing elbows with Hollywood's elite. It paints a picture of a father who, while a huge success in the entertainment world, might have been missing in action when it came to supporting his own family.
You gotta keep in mind that fame is the most powerful drug known to man. It can also be the most destructive.
The aspiring rapper shared a deep sense of disappointment and isolation, revealing how the relentless bullying he faced in school left him without a strong male figure to turn to for guidance. Instead of being the supportive father Chet needed, Tom seemed more focused on his own fame, prioritizing his place in the spotlight and forging relationships with Hollywood's elite. "I didn't have a strong male role model to tell me, bro, people. They're just jealous of you," Chet admitted, his voice tinged with bitterness. He felt that his father's pursuit of stardom and connections with the influential had left him feeling invisible and unsupported during the hardest moments of his youth. Chet went on to describe the unique hardships of growing up as Tom Hanks' son, noting how he became a target for envy and judgment. People would form quick negative opinions of him without bothering to get to know the real person behind the famous name. Instead of standing by his son and offering the support he desperately needed, Tom seemed caught up in the glamour of celebrity life, traveling the world and socializing with Hollywood's upper crust.
People are infatuated with fame. They put famous people on a pedestal. Everybody wants to be famous. It creates a lot of jealousy.
Chet opened up about how his dad, Tom, being so famous, made it hard for him to connect with people. He admitted that while being the child of a Hollywood star had its perks, it also left him feeling isolated because his dad wasn't around much. Chet's complaints suggest that Tom seemed more interested in maintaining his fame and being liked by everyone than in being a present, supportive father. "My experience was even more complicated because on top of fame already being toxic, I wasn't even famous. I was just the son of somebody famous, so I hadn't even done anything to deserve any sort of recognition, and that created a lot of contempt. Contempt for me, my dad is beloved. He's on a pedestal," Chet revealed, pointing out the stark contrast between the admiration his father received and the resentment aimed at him. As the video quickly spread across social media, opinions on Chet's revelations became highly divided. Some saw it as a cry for attention, while others viewed it as a bold expose, offering a raw look at the less glamorous side of Hollywood fame. Whatever the take, Chet's disclosures appear to be an honest portrayal of his reality. It's clear that while Tom's parenting may not have been intentional or ideal, his connections within Hollywood have certainly brought tangible benefits to the family.
A lot of envy. My experience was even more complicated because on top of fame already being toxic, I wasn't even famous, you know? I was just the son of somebody famous, so I hadn't even done anything.
On social media, fans have started to speculate that, in an effort to maintain his flawless public persona, Tom Hanks may have distanced himself from his son, Chet, whose disruptive behavior might have been seen as a threat to Tom's carefully cultivated relationships within Hollywood. The theories surrounding Tom have taken a darker turn, with some fans even suggesting that he could be connected to the recent Maui fires. This speculation seems to stem from a combination of conspiracy theories and the fact that Tom's name keeps popping up in the context of the tragedy. Fans argue that where there's smoke, there might be fire, figuratively speaking. The controversy deepened when it was pointed out that one of Tom's closest associates has been accumulating a vast land portfolio in Maui. The associate recently purchased 870 acres in Kula for $6.6 million, despite having already bought a Maui ranch in 2003 for $5.3 million, plus owning 100 acres in Hana. The sheer scale of these land acquisitions has raised eyebrows, with some wondering if there's a deeper connection to the recent events on the island.
Now, some residents say they've been receiving calls from wealthy real estate investors and developers who are trying to purchase their fire-ravaged land.
Many people found it puzzling that Tom Hanks, known for speaking out on significant issues, remained silent about the Maui fires, especially considering the claims that he owns property in the area. This has led the public to question whether the numerous viral conspiracy videos circulating on social media, which make seemingly unfounded allegations that the Maui wildfires were deliberately ignited as part of a land acquisition scheme, might have more substance to them than initially thought.
Please don't approach them with an offer to buy land. Please don't approach their families to tell them that they're going to be better off if they make a deal.
Conspiracy theorists across different platforms are asserting that the fires, which tragically claimed the lives of at least 114 people, were orchestrated as a deliberate strategy to displace less affluent residents on Maui and create space for high-end, multi-million-dollar developments. The public skepticism intensified when a video featuring one of Tom's associates discussing plans for land renovation following the fires began circulating. This has led to allegations that Tom and other influential individuals may have been involved in the fires, particularly if they had already started to exert influence over the affected land.
Hawaii already has the highest housing cost in the nation, with homeownership out of reach for many residents.
Certain social media users have made unfounded claims suggesting that affluent residents of Maui played a role in the recent fires. These claims allege that these individuals intentionally ignited the fires to purchase the scorched land at reduced prices and potentially establish a smart city. The conspiracy theory goes further, proposing that a covert group of global elites used a secret energy weapon to purposefully start the fires, clearing the land for their mysterious agendas. And now Tom has found himself linked to these elites due to his close proximity to many of them and his ownership of land in Maui, given his status as a prominent figure in Hollywood.
No, they're not slick. Just wait. Everybody, just wait until our people find out the truth.
A man on social media recently made a claim about an event that took place in January of this year in Maui. He asserted that there was a smart city conference held with the aim of transforming Maui into a comprehensive smart island. This ambitious plan purportedly involved transitioning all aspects of the island to electric power sources, embracing renewables like solar panels, and encouraging widespread adoption of electric vehicles. The concept behind this endeavor was to create 15-minute smart cities on Maui, where everything would be within a short distance and efficiently connected through smart technologies. Some individuals have raised questions about the peculiar observation that certain blue objects on the burn site remained untouched by the fires. While some have attributed this phenomenon to possible supernatural forces, others have put forth a theory suggesting that the supposed laser beams involved in the incident may have been programmed to avoid anything blue. This explanation, according to these claims, would account for why numerous Blue Beach umbrellas, for instance, appeared unharmed amidst the devastation caused by the fires. It's important to note that these theories are speculative and lack credible evidence to support such assertions. He said, "What they don't talk about is in January how they had in Maui a smart city conference to turn Maui into an entire smart island, changing everything to electric renewables, solar panels, and pushing everybody into electric vehicles. 15-minute smart cities." This has stirred up allegations that Tom's residence in Maui, much like his other properties, is adorned in the distinctive shade of blue. What's raising eyebrows is that his associates' homes also seem to have emerged unscathed from the recent fire. Curiously, there was a recent news article about celebrities opting for unconventional blue house paint. As a result, the public is now engaging in speculation, suggesting that these individuals might have orchestrated their plans well in advance. As some individuals raise questions about the wildfire's true purpose, a different, more conspiratorial perspective emerges. Some are positing that the elite may have desired more than just land. They might have sought something unattainable without the cover of the fires: children. These conspiracy theorists allege that given that many of the still missing individuals from the fires are children, there may be suspicions of child abduction at play.
Everybody knew what really happened, and if we all stood up against it, it's done. Especially as Islanders, do you know how unified we all are? We're a unit.
Now, not only these are just the reasons to cancel him. During Tom Hanks' conversation with Jeffrey Brown, where they discussed his debut collection of short stories, the iconic actor also delved into the topic of Harvey Weinstein's past behavior and whether it was an open secret in Hollywood. Tom Hanks asserted that there was awareness among a specific circle of individuals, primarily those engaged in business with Harvey Weinstein. He suggested that numerous women within the industry understood the risks associated with involvement with Harvey and his alleged actions.
I think there was knowledge amongst a certain group of people, mostly who did business with Harvey Weinstein. There are countless women who understood that that's what happened.
The public found it deeply perplexing that someone could engage in inappropriate behavior with impunity simply because of their elite status and power. Tom asserted that there were individuals who dismissed Harvey's actions as him just being himself, and a pervasive silence enveloped the situation, despite the fact that many women were allegedly being harmed by his actions.
Many people who said, well, that's just Harvey being Harvey.
When Jeffrey Brown inquired about the severity of the situation in Hollywood, whether it was isolated to one person or a broader cultural issue, Tom Hanks responded by suggesting that it was more of a culture. He implied that it was something everyone had to acclimate to or accept to some extent, indicating a systemic problem beyond the actions of just one individual.
Let's see, inappropriate behavior to the point of harassment and predatory behavior.
In light of Tom's past behavior, it doesn't come as a complete surprise to some when a video surfaced of him referring to a little girl as a sexy baby. This video has been circulating on the internet, leading fans to question why such behavior was tolerated, whether it was intentional or not. Many are also wondering why Tom agreed to participate in such an inappropriate situation, given his public image and responsibility as a role model.
Sexy baby! Sexy baby! You're such a sexy baby!
In 2021, rumors circulated online claiming that BBC News had published a headline reporting the arrest of actor Tom Hanks on 135 counts of child pornography possession. This claim resurfaced on May 9, 2023, when a Twitter user shared a compilation of images, including what appeared to be a BBC report screenshot with the headline, "Tom Hanks arrested on 135 counts of child P possession." The image also featured a photograph of Hanks alongside his wife, Rita Wilson. However, this alleged BBC screenshot was a product of digital manipulation. The headline and story were entirely fabricated, and there is no evidence to support such allegations. The doctored image had been circulating on various websites and social media platforms since at least June 2021, contributing to the spread of misinformation about the actor.
Well, there is going to have to be some sort of sit down and for the common good of the story, the arts and sciences, and the business of show.
Following these allegations, reports claim that Tom Hanks relocated to Greece and was granted Greek citizenship. Speculation arose that this move was linked to a narrative suggesting he sought refuge due to the exposure of alleged suspicious activities. Fans and critics alike have kept a close eye on the situation, fueling a storm of conspiracy theories online. Meanwhile, revelations by his son, Chet Hanks, have added fuel to the fire, drawing attention to what some claim is the shady side of celebrity connections. Questions are swirling about the potential existence of hidden power dynamics and secret societies operating within Hollywood. It's a scenario that feels like the plot of a blockbuster thriller, only this time it's framed as real, or at least as some would have us believe. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.